Hey there, you're watching the Jessa channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and this is Pathfinder Kingmaker, the Enhanced Edition, where we are playing as Zara Sister and her companion Bracken, and we are about to go out. In the last episode, we thought we were going to be able to find some trolls and kick their butts, but luckily we get to do that hopefully in this episode. So we're going to head right out into the world of Golarion. Before Valerie heads out into the wide world of Golarion, she remembers that she still has one position open, and that is the position of treasurer. Jubilost has spent most of his evening in the tavern with Bracken and Zara, telling her tales of how adept he was with coin, and he has a reputation to keep. Zara doesn't really 100% trust him yet, simply because she doesn't know him well. Jubilost makes such a profound argument that Zara decides to allow him the post with the proviso that he report to her with his treasury notes and the ledger that for the barony every day. And so with that, the next morning, Zara takes out her ceremonial sword, puts it on both of Jubilost's shoulders, one and then the other, and then grants him the position. The person who claps the loudest at this news is Jubilost himself. Let's see if this is where we're going to get into some trouble. Troll trouble there is. And actually, let's sneak, which we're going to do right now.
Gaining the advantage is always smart.
It is, Jubilost. I completely agree with you. So this seems like some trouble. So I think what we should do here before we go into this fight is we need to make a change to our buff bot mod. So I'm going to take care of that and we'll be right back. After buffing up the party, we were ambushed by spiders, and we are now in battle with them with Bracken's first turn. All right. And there's a spider coming for Bracken, and there's Valerie. Gonna go for this spider here. She does 5 damage. And now, Jubilost can do these acid bombs, which are wonderful. And so let's throw an alchemist bomb right in the middle of this. All right. He stays. He's our new bestie. Bracken, why don't you take on this one here? Ho-ho! Woo! Hello. Dang. Tristian, and I think we're gonna, but I have a feeling something's gonna jump out at us through there, and that's why I'm not too happy. In fact, there it is. Who is that? Who the heck is that? I don't know. Who's this silky person that just joined the party? I mean, the fun. Zara, oh, and there's a doom spider. Okay, things just got serious. Really serious. Like, as in, Zara, you need to back up serious. I'm thinking that we should move Bracken just a little bit. I'm going to do an acrobatics move through here and move him to the other side of this doom spider. And then attack from here in his next turn, because I want her to target Bracken. Bracken is very injured. Oh, that didn't do any good. We've got to do it. Jubilost has got to go in there. Bracken must live. He must live. And that's too bad that Jubilost is right here, but hopefully this spider will stay focused on Bracken and stay away from Jubilost. Let's move Jubilost back now. I'm going to do an acrobatics here, so he can move, hopefully without getting an attack of opportunity. Well, his turn is over. Okay, Lindsay. You need to do the same thing. We must keep Bracken up. Without Bracken, we're dead. And then move. Oh! And Lindsay took an attack of opportunity because I didn't move her with acrobatics. And then Silky is doing hideous laughter on Valerie. But that's okay because Valerie can still tank even if she's face down in the mud. That Doom Spider is almost dead. Ha ha! Absolutely. I like what he yells. Primitives! Valerie is...
Do not falter. Onwards.
Yeah, she runs and then hits... Oh, and then she's got such terrible dexterity. Hideous laughter on somebody. But she's down. Yes. All right. So that came close to kicking our butts. That came close to it. And what else is here? So I'm not sure what this was. Is this a puzzle? This is a fragment of an ancient pillar, covered with eroded letters of an unknown language. So Zara says, I wonder who that person was, and what her purpose was here. Let's see what we find as far as secret things are concerned on this map. Okay, that was a good battle, but it wasn't trolls. And we are still searching for trolls. Let's see if we can find anything else on this. No. Okay, let's save here. And then let's see if we can find out where the trolls are. Okay, there's a troll here, and it looks like it's attacking something, but I don't know what it is. Jubilost. Let's go for acid for this fight. 21 damage. I love him. I wonder who's over here. There's someone over there fighting that troll. Bracken's turn here. Whoa! Get away from her! Lindsay. That's bad. We need some distraction over here. Zara, why don't you back up? Let's do acrobatics so you don't take a... Oh, she took an attack of opportunity even though I did an acrobatics check. Valerie, let's get in here and take his mind off of things. And Jubilost. Nice. Excellent. Oh! Help! Help! Trolls are attacking me! Okay, but... And a merchant's guard. Okay. And a banded troll. We're in a bit of trouble. Bracken, why don't you charge? And... Lindsay. I think it's time for some of that grease. She can't do it in one turn, I don't think. She can't do it in this turn. She can't move. Oh, she did. Good. Awesome. Oh, that grease is a lifesaver. And then Zara. Why don't you go for this troll right here? And Tristian, you too. And don't kill that merchant guard, please. And Valerie, can you charge him? Yes, you can. And Jubilost. Let's go for this guy here. Wonderful. Excellent. Awesome. Well done. Well done. Well, now we pretty much have to shoot this guy, even though he is prone. But there is a, Valerie, why don't you charge him? And she falls over, because she's got terrible dexterity. Jubilost. It is a fine use of your talents. And Bracken, can you take him out? Yes. After the party takes down 3 trolls, the merchant that they were besieging runs up to Zara with gratitude and thanks in his eyes. He is an elderly half-elf. His sun-bleached hair reveals him as a seasoned traveler, and the confidence with which he holds his bow reveals him to be a seasoned warrior, and his cart is full of various items. He seems to be a trader as well. Darn trolls! Almost died from the stink alone. The half-elf wiped sweat from his brow. Oh, they almost had me. Since when are trolls not afraid of fire? Zara's ears perk up and Bracken comes padding over when he hears those words. Good thing I had a few flasks of acid among my goods. Thank you for your timely rescue, friends. Despite his confident gaze, his voice trembles slightly. A few moments more, and I would have... Whoever rules this land gives little care to its safety. Formerly safe trade routes are given over to trolls, and not a guard to be seen. But where are my manners? I am Dalton, from Mivan, a merchant by trade. Who are you? She's gonna go for lawful neutral. And she'll say, actually, I rule these lands, and I was unaware that there was such a troll problem on the roads. And actually, I am going to have her say this, because she would want to do something about it. And your words are fair. I had no idea, and I'm sorry for the trouble it's caused you. I will assign more guards to the roads. Dalton looks shocked. Oh, I beg your forgiveness, Your Grace. Dalton bows politely. But these trolls, oh, they are a threat to everyone. They've attacked several villages, destroyed several bridges, and are scaring away trade caravans. They're worse than bandits by far. Listen, if Your Grace is willing to resolve the matter, I know a mage living nearby. I visit him from time to time to sell him reagents for his spells. He's an expert on trolls, and he might know why they've suddenly become bolder. And fireproof. We had tried fire, and you're right that it wasn't working. And I recall now that one of my advisors told me so. So we were using acid. It seems, she says, looking down with a disgusted look at the trolls' dead bodies and smelly corpses around her. She says it seems that, well, they were correct. Are there any other dangers on the road that I should send guards out, that I should know about? Oh, and by the way, Dalton, it's a pleasure to meet you. This is my companion, Bracken. My other companions here as well. She introduces each of them in turn. And then she turns back to Mivan and says, are there any other dangers on the road? Trolls aren't enough for you, huh? Actually, I have heard a disturbing rumor. It is said a hodag has made a lair in a cave south of here. Whether true or not, traders are taking no chances, taking forest routes instead. Here, let me mark the cave on your map. He does so, putting an X on a certain spot, before folding the map up gingerly and handing it back to her. Zara says, thank you. So you are from Mivan. What is your view on this new barony? And Zara, to indicate, waves her hand around. I would like to know word from farther lands. Dalton says, well, Long ago, Mivan was founded by the sword lords who refused to bow before the new ruler and fled Brevoy. While not Brevins anymore, our people and the people here have a lot in common. As I have heard, the barony here was founded by the people from Restov. We look upon them as distant cousins, I suppose. Welcome cousins, that is. Not family you'd rather forget. Zara says, could you tell me more about this mage? She begins to idly scratch bracken behind his ears, and he begins to purr while looking the trader over carefully. Dalton scratches his head, looks off a bit, and then his eyes return to Zara. Well, I can tell you that Bartholomew is his name. He's not bad for a human. Always so polite, so respectful. But he taps a foot and considers. There is something odd about him. He lives alone in the middle of the woods, his house surrounded by traps, with a single safe road leading to it. No bandits nor trolls scare him. And the way he looks at you, it's like he's examining you. Like he's considering to crack you open to see what's inside. Oh, the chills. It's very odd. Well, thank you for letting me know. I can see you're an experienced trader. Would you consider operating exclusively in my barony? I promise I would make the road safer. Dalton frowns. Don't get me wrong, Your Grace. But, to be honest, I have family in Brevoy. So, my road always must take me there, no matter how dangerous the journey. And his eyes soften a bit. So Zara looks around at the corpses and she points at the troll and she says, May I remind you that the roads are still unsafe. I would suggest you go no further than the capital, and wait until the roads can be garrisoned properly. There's still plenty of trade to be had elsewhere in the region. Dalton frowns and then he says, If things are that bad, well then, if you promise me that you have a good tavern, perhaps I shall conduct my business here for a time. Very well, very well. Zara holds out her hand, and he shakes it. She says, Welcome to Withershins, and may good fortune to you in your safe travels. I will send someone to you to let you know that the roads are safe and when you may go again to your family. She begins to turn away, and Dalton puts a hand out. Hold a moment. I didn't have a chance to reward you for your help. Fortunes are best shared, after all. Thank you, Your Grace. And safe travels. He presses a bag of coins into her hand and a potion, several potions of cure light wounds. Zara says, Thank you, it is much appreciated. I will put this in the tax coffers. You can consider it your first payment. Zara notes, or Lindsay notes later on in her book that she's writing, in her journal, we're receiving alarming news, she writes, from every corner of this vast barony. Here, there, and everywhere, rampant hordes of trolls are wreaking havoc. The desperate people cry out for a protector, begging us to come and fend off these ravaging monsters. Of course, it's the sacred duty of the sovereign to locate the hiding places of these foul foes and give them bloody hell. Zara says, Allow us to help you along your way. Let's move this tree. A fallen tree is barring the wagon's way. So they're going to move these out. They're going to move this out of the way. The game won't allow me to do that, but we will say that they did. And once helping them, they will be on their way. Lone House. This lone house on the edge of the Gnarl Marshes looks quite prosperous. It is the remote dwelling of a wizard who has dedicated his life to scientific research, far withdrawn from the commotion of big city life. Local villagers learned long ago that it was unwise to approach this house, so they stay far away. The wizard seems to be perfectly content with this state of affairs. There is a road not far from the house, occasionally used by travelers, traders, or bandits. Okay, so we are going to do this, and we're going to do it in the next episode. If you are live with me, hang out with me. If you're live with me on Twitch, Mixer, or YouTube, all the Jessa channel, hang out. We are not ending. We're going to record another episode. But for those of you guys watching later on YouTube, I want to thank you so much for joining me for more Pathfinder Kingmaker, the Enhanced Edition, and the story of Zara Fae-Sister and her companion, Bracken. We're going to go to the Lone House in the next episode. But until then, thank you, as always, for watching.